Dino Crisis is a 1999 survival horror game developed by Capcom about a research facility that gets overrun with dinosaurs.
This isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked by a big-ass lizard.
You play as Regina, who's sent in as part of a special operations team who has to go in and extract one of the scientists. But things soon start to go wrong, mainly because of all the 70-million-year-old killers crawling all over the place. But how did they get here, and what kind of crazy experiments were done to create them? Most of the game is about running around trying to complete objectives like restoring power to the underground areas, or travelling through the ventilation systems to get round a security laser grid. So as you move around and open up new areas to explore, the story moves along as you begin to learn the secrets that this facility holds. Of course, the biggest obstacle in your way are the dinosaurs. There's a few different types to face off against, from the sharp-clawed Dinosaurs to a T-Rex that pops in for the occasional boss fight.
Regina, what happened? The emergency lock on the second floor's just been activated.
I'm a bit busy right now.
But the main foe that you'll have to go up against are the Raptors. This game comes from the same team that made the Resident Evil series, including legendary director Shinji Mikami. So it's no surprise that Dino Crisis shares a lot of the same DNA as that series. But there is one difference, and that is, instead of going up against slow, shuffling zombies, it's about duking it out against giant, leaping lizards trying to kill you. Each one can take a ton of ammo to bring down, and sometimes it feels like shots are barely doing anything. I guess that's what you get for only starting with a handgun when your teammates, Rick and Gale, have the big guns. Which I always found a little unfair, seeing as you're the one who has to do most of the running around and hard work. Unless it's absolutely necessary, it's often best to try and avoid the fights and find a way around enemies, only stopping to use bullets for the ones in the most awkward positions, or for the ones in areas that you're going to go to the most. They're not always the smartest of creatures, so can easily be dodged and ran around. Now, as with any good horror title, the game really lets its settings and its atmosphere set the tone. This facility provides these dark, empty corridors, which are often only filled with the sounds of your footsteps. And when there is music, it does a great job of setting the mood, whether it's the creepy sounds of the laboratories, or the soothing themes of a save room.
That's disgusting.
The game isn't afraid to show some gore either, especially when the T-Rex gets hold of someone. One of the security systems that you'll have to deal with are the DDK locked doors, which to get through you need both a code and a pass. There's then a puzzle to figure out, which looking back at, I always remember being difficult as a kid, needing a pen and paper to figure out. But now though, I have no idea what I was thinking, they're pretty straightforward. One thing that I think this game has over Resident Evil is its characters, especially Regina, who even the dinosaurs seem to love. There's fun dialogue between everyone, and it's acted really well, which is surprising for a 90s Capcom game.
Sorry to interrupt your lecture, Doc. You were saying?
Yes, I was saying.
You also gotta love the over-the-top hand gestures everyone does at the end of a sentence. There's also the chance to make the odd decision about whose plan you want to follow, adding some replayability to the game. It's a shame that these characters would never go on to become household names like Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine, because in a way, the characters in Dino Crisis have more personality, but unfortunately just not enough games to star in. Dino Crisis is a great survival horror that evolved the Resident Evil formula and turned it into something new. For a game that has you limping around, bleeding, struggling with health and ammo, as vicious creatures try to rip you apart, you've got to ask, what more could you want from a horror game? But like with many other survival horror series, the games would soon shift to something with more action. So until next time, thanks for watching.
As for myself, I'm ready to begin my next assignment.